in the area here, and what we've been seeing for the past several hours is multiple rescue teams going out and rescuing families. We have several boats out in this community, high water rescue vehicles. Right now you're looking at the sheriff's office out here rescuing a family that was trapped in one of these apartment complexes. This is an apartment complex community with at least 20 buildings. We're told from the chief of police here in Clearwater that this is as bad as it gets. Now, this community is known to flood periodically. The last time we're told someone says they saw something like this in the 70s, but ultimately this is pretty uncommon. I spoke to a resident who's lived here for 19 years. He tells me in the 19 years he's been here, he's never seen anything like this. We're told that the water caught these people by surprise around 2 o'clock this morning after dealing with some heavy rains that came in after midnight in the Clearwater area, high winds and that water rising, just trapping a lot of these people. Someone told me that they had water in their apartment at the chest level. So all morning long, we've been seeing people giving us the SOS signal with their flashlight, calling for help off of balconies, just wanting to be rescued. Now, the sheriff's office and the police chief, they're telling me out here that they know that there are people in almost every apartment in these buildings, and they are going methodically from apartment to apartment on the first floor. Some of these on the second floor were flooded as well. We spoke to somebody who was trapped in his home there. He says he's okay. We know that several pets were flooded too, and so we have been seeing these crews out rescuing these people who've been trapped for the past couple hours. The good news that I can report is that slowly it seems like the water is coming down. Surely though, several apartment complexes ruined, cars still underwater this morning, and we're told it's going to be a multi-hour rescue effort to get everybody back. That's the latest out here in Clearwater. Back to you guys.
But look at that. That looks so much more powerful than everything I've seen. Look at that huge tree limb just blowing through the intersection. The sign on University Boulevard has come down. This is First Avenue, the intersection in downtown St. Petersburg. And the other thing we've been keeping an eye on, and even some of the folks who are sheltering here said, did you notice the crane is blowing around? That's another one of those construction trains. Oh, you just saw that lightning sort of backlighted there for a second. This thing has moved almost 180 degrees from where it was pointed when the storm began.
This fence came down earlier right here behind me here, and now it seems to be breaking apart. Just before we came back on with you, it actually lifted up in the air and it seems to be breaking apart. So we're keeping an eye on that. Anderson, I should tell you, we're just about 20 minutes or so from Siesta Key, where the storm actually came across and made landfall, just near there. And that is what Chad was talking about. That's the concern, that the surge is going to go over those barrier islands. There's no way to get off them right now because the bridge is closed. And once that happens, that water will then come into the Sarasota Bay, and we're only about a half mile from the bay right now.
Anderson, kind of what you're looking at here is a confluence of forces. You've got the storm surge coming in from the Gulf of Mexico as this hurricane continues on its track north, and then you've got all of the flooding, you've got all of the rain out by Lake Okeechobee and even central parts of Florida, and so all of that water is coming in from the central part of Florida, and then you've got all of that water coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, and when all of that comes together, this is what you're going to see. This is how it's going to be for the next several hours, and we haven't even figured in a high tide yet. That's going to happen around 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. So when all those three things happen, it's going to be a pretty ugly situation for the folks that live here in Fort Myers.
probably at least 4 feet, because you got about 2 feet from the base of the water up to the Sunseeker. Then it's coming right in the parking garage. You can see where that open area is also allowing the wind to come in. What we just got on our phones was an alert from Charlotte County, and it is a tropical storm warning alert in terms of the wind. They've got sustained tropical storm winds now as the center looks like it's very, very close to coming ashore somewhere south of Sarasota, maybe Venice.
Yeah, we're